of the piece. Okay, and we're going to cut onto this a little bit, in other words. Now remember, we're not this will be down like this. Okay, and this hand is a little bit big, so we want to cut that down just a little bit and cut it down a little bit like this. Okay. And we want to make a strong cut here, and a strong cut here, and a strong cut here, bringing that back down just a little bit. Okay. And we want to make a cut right in here. And we want to go ahead and make our cut back here. Okay. And let's bring our piece down where it looks to the back side, okay? And we come over here and just do the very same thing, and we cut from the thing here. It's just playing with the wood. It's just having a lot of fun creating with the wood. That's why these little things are such fun, is that you can just kind of sort of cut them, make your cuts a certain way. And like right here, we're just gonna really make a deep cut there to separate that hand sort of like from that point. Okay, and just like here, we've got to make a deep cut, a deep cut, a deep cut, and swing that knife like that, swing that knife to the side, and then cut and make that right there an issue. Okay, now you see that? Now normally we would separate that hand from those pants, but this is an abstract, so we're not going to do that at this moment. And we're going to cut that and cut that like there. Okay, now the shoes, basically, once again, we kind of look at both of them, and we want to come right here, and we want to just do this area in here. We're going to do that cut right there in that area, and we really want to bring this up a little bit farther because it just doesn't ring. There we go. Now it's ringing more true to what we're doing. Sorry, even though that's gonna and we come back here and we make a deep cut right there, and we do it same thing right here. And as you can see in this arm, it's sticking out too far, so we make a deep cut right there, and we do it with a scooping motion to give it that piece that we want to right in here. I want to make another cut, a deeper cut in here to separate that a little bit more. Okay, and let's just bring that down like that. And over here, let's do the same thing. Let's get we want to get these areas in here cut. So we now are pretty much getting to the end of it, of our cutting thing. Now we want to come in between these legs here, and we want to make a cut in there, and we want to make a cut in there, okay? And we want to remove a little bit more of just this bottom piece in here. Yeah, this wood's got some issues with it, and I don't know what. There it goes. But it's got some issues with it. It's got some problems with certain, too much softness or something like that. I don't know what it's doing. And I'm not just trying to blame wood. I mean, I've carved wood for a long time, and I can feel that when we've got an issue here. Okay, there is our. Now we take this and just come really underneath here, pretty strong, just as well. All right, now our head is almost there, but what we're going to do here in the front is we don't want to just have a point here. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to come on and make a cut like that, okay? And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to make a cut like that. And then just bring this, there you go, bring it kind of like that. See that? Where I brought that up? Where it's not really a point, but it has just a little bit of a facial feature in that way. Let's get this cleaned up back here. Okay. And let's take a little bit more here, here. And remember, it's the angle cuts, all the angle cuts that will create the facial feature that we want. And it's not really a facial feature, but it's a head dimension, as we might possibly say. Okay? All right. And let's just make one more cut here. Okay. And I'm going to scoop that up just like that, in other words. And we're going to come here like this and come here like this. Okay? There's a little place here we got to get the saw marks off of. So, and we want to scoop, whoops, scoop right here. All right. And then come down just a little bit like that. And give it more. Just like that. Okay. Now let me get a little bit more shape to this arm as I dig into that and make that more accessible, as we say. And then I'm going to make a cut here on these legs, I mean these feet, shoes, not feet, it's shoes. And then I'm going to come across here and I'm going to make that flat cut across them shoes, okay? See this? Okay. Across them shoes, it gives it that angle look. Just like that. All right. And basically, let me come a little bit further back here and give it even let me give that just brings the head forward a little bit is all. Well, I tell you what, we're going to settle for that. I'm going to make a little deeper cut in there. And let's come right in here. And right in here just a little bit. Okay. Now we need to, we'll clean this up just a little bit. But there it is. Okay, now we basically, he's a little bit taller, but we've got the head turned. This one here could have stood with a little bit more of this back of the head coming forward a little bit, make it a little bit more accessible. Let me not get into all that stuff, because anyway, there you go. But then I brought this one, I brought his hand out, and I'll get him. Okay, let me wet him. We'll look at him. Ugh. All right, folks. Oh, it's so good to see rain yesterday. I'm telling you. Now, I know a lot of you are looking and going, how does he do that? How does he... Where's my... I tell you, if my head wasn't screwed on, I'd lose it. I set my knife over here. I know a lot of you go, well, how, you know, he knows how to do that. I don't know how to do that and all that stuff. The key is just simply taking and just working with it. Just working with it. And this is a good lesson in how to shape heads if you want to. But as you can see, he is looking this way. His head is turned and he is looking this way. Now, if I wanted to do it the other side, I would have used the other side and gone through it like that. But, I'm sorry. But as you can see, his head's turned. And this is how I clean up a lot of stuff. I just take, and when I wet it, I just clean up these areas in here. And they clean up so good when you wet him and kind of get those good sides. But as you can see, his head is turned, and here's his hand over here and all that. Let me just do this a little bit more like this. Take that off. There we go. So it becomes much more noticeable. And we want to come up here like that. All right, but as you can see, his head is turned. If you look at this one, the difference, you see this one, the head is looking straight away. From this one, the direction is turned on the figure. All right? And that is how you do a little abstract figure with the head turned. Same type of figure, and I'll go ahead and stain him a little bit, but his head is turned and he's looking that way. So that's how you do that. And like I said, one of the best things in the world when learning to carve is just to enjoy yourself. Take a piece and just work it. Just work the piece as you go, and then you'll begin to see the areas that need to be done, and all this other stuff. So that is how you turn the head on the little abstract figure. But you start off with a square head. You don't start off with a round head looking this way, in other words. Start off with a square head, and that way you can turn the head where he looks like he's looking the other way. All right, well, God bless you now. Been enjoyable. Thank you so much. Carve safely, be careful, and God bless.